In a few hours' time, Premier Alan Winde will be delivering the State of the Province address. And undoubtedly in that address, he's going to be explaining why he thinks the Western Cape is much, much better off than the other provinces which are under ANC rule. And of course, we agree with him. That is the objective fact. But the reality is this: the majority of people in the Western Cape have never once voted for the ANC. So we don't need to be explained why we're better off not having voted for the ANC. We already know that. And there's something else that we're owed an explanation on, because there's an alternative future for us. And the majority of the people in the Western Cape, polling shows that 68% of us support having a referendum on Cape independence. DA leader John Steenhuisen promised a referendum ahead of the 2021 elections, and the Constitution empowers Premier Winde to call a referendum. The reason we haven't had a referendum is that Premier Winde is refusing to call a referendum on Cape independence. And therefore, if we're going to have an honest State of the Province address, it shouldn't be comparing how the Western Cape has performed compared to ANC-run South Africa, which is terribly. He should actually come to us an account for why he thinks we're better off remaining a part of South Africa and denying us this referendum on Cape independence. And then, of course, he won't do that because that'll be much, much more difficult for him to explain. And why is that? Because by remaining part of South Africa, there are certain key policies that we cannot control. First of all, we cannot control the economy. The economic decisions are still then made by the national government. And what we've seen over the last 10 years is that the Western Cape has had economic growth of 1.1% a year on average, and our population is growing at 1.6%, and we're getting poorer. We don't control the police. And as a result, when the DA came to power in 2009, we had a murder rate of 38 persons per 100,000. And here we are in 2024, and that rate is increased from 38 to 57 persons per 100,000. We can't control our borders. And as a result, that we've had literally more than 1 million people streaming into the province and illegally settling land and using up resources that could be used and properly to improve the lives of people who are living here legally. And of course, we don't have control of tax and spending. So our money is now being used, and 35% of the Western Cape's income is used to subsidise other provinces that are mismanaged by the ANC. And the result of that now is that the Western Cape is performing really badly compared to its international peers. We've got anemic economic growth. We've got chronic unemployment. 1 in 4 people in the Western Cape are unemployed, which is 3 times higher than our international allies. If we were an independent country now, we'd have the highest murder rate in the world. And of course, all of these things are disasters, and they're disasters that are self-inflicted because of the decision that Premier Alan Winde has made. So I'm going to close off by saying this is what we should be addressing in SOPA. And as we head forward to 2024, we've got 2 possible futures, and we need to decide what they are. And Alan Winde needs to explain to us why he thinks the one is better than the other. Because in one future, we remain a part of South Africa. We carry on as we're carrying on. We end up with an ANC-led national government in some form or other. It continues to make all of our decisions for us, and we end up being a failed state, and we continue with these awful statistics that, in truth, compared to the rest of the world, and life just gets worse for us. Or alternatively, we break away and we form our own sovereign state. We start making these decisions for ourselves, and suddenly we can create a better life for everybody, and we can end up living in a first world country at Africa's southern tip. And the key to all of this is a referendum on Cape independence, which Premier Alan Winde can call. He knows that you want, but is refusing to do so. And that is what he should be accounting for at SOPA in 2024. My name is Phil Craig, and I'm the leader of the Referendum Party. If you want to know more information about us and our vision, then visit our website at www.referendumparty.org, or follow us on social media using the tag @VoteReferendum. Thank you.